I am in the process of unhauling my collection, but I am also in the process of undoing all the work I've done. Hi everyone, my name is Tia. I have 5 months of book shopping to share with you. But I want to start out with the most exciting thing. I got an advanced reader copy of Family Meal by Brian Washington. I literally sat at this exact table telling you, as for my most anticipated new release for 2023, Family Meal. I also stood 10 feet away. Family Meal, I've already begged the publisher to send me an ARC, but they won't. They sent it to me. And so I actually have the clip unboxing this. Okay, do you see it? I'm scared. This is mine. Getting your most anticipated read as an advanced reader's copy is a feeling that I will be chasing for the rest of my life. Every year. Thank you so much for your support so that I can geek out on shit like this. It's a family meal and now it's a family heirloom. I think I'm gonna prop it on a display on my bookshelf because advanced reader copy on sale October 10th. I'm not allowed to sell this as if I would. His writing is so down to earth. It is like Sally Rooney-esque, or is Sally Rooney Brian Washington-esque? It's just a lot of character development in a somewhat mundane setting. I think that is the root of my love for reading. I'm not really a fantasy girly. I enjoy a good mystery, but at the end of the day, just a glimpse into humanity is really what my soul yearns for, you know what I mean? Brian Washington scratches that itch for me. Oh my gosh, wait. They also sent me a bookmark. Now I'm a Riverhead reader. Cam is living in LA and falling apart after the love of his life has died. Kai's ghost won't leave Cam alone. His spectral visits wild, tender, and unexpected. When Cam returns to his hometown of Houston, he crashes back into the orbit of his former best friend, TJ, and TJ's family bakery. TJ's not sure how to navigate this changed Cam, impenetrably cool and self-destructing, or their charged estrangement. Can they find a way past all that has been said and left unsaid to save each other? Could they find a way back to being okay again, or maybe for the first time? When secrets and wounds become so insurmountable that they devour us from within, hope and sustenance and friendship can come from the most unlikely source. Spanning LA, Houston, and Osaka, Family Meal is a story about how the people who know us the longest can hurt us the most, but also how they set the standard for love. With his signature generosity and eye for food, sex, love, and the moments that make us the most human, Brian Washington returns with a brilliant new novel. Yes, he does. Isn't that just so tender? I will cherish this forever. God, that was only one book. We have so many to go. Oh, I also actually got from Riverhead Imprint the 20th anniversary edition of The Kite Runner, which is also a lifetime favorite of mine. So that was super exciting. I just recently picked up the new Percy Jackson book, The Chalice of the Gods. This is number 6. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, but mostly Percy is trying to get into college. I don't think Annabeth and Grover have any issues with it. He needs some letters of recommendations from the gods as if saving the world multiple times in his 17-year-old life isn't enough. I've just missed the 3 of them so badly. Their antics, their banter. He just announced he's coming out with another book next September. I mentioned this in a video a while ago. I think the UK covers of R.F. Kuang's The Poppy War Trilogy. I don't like how the US version is different colors. Like, I get it, the orange, the blue, and then the purple at the end. I truly do understand. But just look how stunning that looks. Whoever designed the covers, you deserve a raise. Especially once you read it and then you understand the significance of all of them. Wow. So I got these from Blackwell, I believe. Emotionally exhausting, mentally destructive, achingly beautiful. I rated them all 5 stars. I can't decide which one my favorite one is. Maybe the second one. The second one is the most heavy on war strategy. It was so good. It hurt so bad. It was so good. From Target, I also got another R.F. Kuang book, Babel. The paperback just came out. I follow her on Instagram. She said originally she wanted Babel to be in silver, so the paperback has silver font. Let me know which one you like better. I like the gold. Really do think the gold was the good choice on the publisher's end. I love following authors on social media or like getting a little sneak peek behind the scenes of the writing, the publishing. I think it's always so interesting. Glad I have the hardcover though. One of my closest friends actually got this for my birthday in June. Each Little Bird That Sings by Deborah Wiles. It was one of her favorite books when she was a kid and we always recommend each other books. It was really cute that she got me a copy of something that means means a lot to her. That means it means a lot to me, you know? Comfort, wait, what? Her name is Comfort. Snowburger is an explorer, a recipe tester, and a funeral reporter. Writing about dead people might seem like a strange hobby for a 10-year-old, but Comfort grew up in a funeral home, so she knows how to deal with death. I gotta text my friend. Girl, what? Or at least she thinks she does, until great-great-aunt Florentine drops dead. Just like that, and everything starts going wrong. Suddenly, Comfort's sniveling, whiny cousin Peach won't leave her alone, and her best friend, Declaration, whom she could always count on before, has turned downright mean. So now, even if it means missing the most important funeral of her life, all Comfort really wants to do is sit in her closet with her dog, Dismay, and hide. But then something happens that makes Comfort realize how strong she really is, all on her own. Aww. Oh, there's a map. Snowburger's Funeral Home Empire in Snapfinger, Mississippi. That is so cute. And the kitty writing, Aunt Florentine is on the map. Her little grave is on the map. A very thoughtful gift. I actually just got these two at the library yesterday. I got this for $1.50. Oh my God. I love library sales. One of my best friends was obsessed with this book when she read it. She said she might want to get a tattoo of it. The cover is so beautiful. A world divided, a queendom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. That's the only blurb that I got. Oh, look, another map, but this is actually a fantasy. I believe this is somehow a queer love story. I've heard literally phenomenal things about this book. At first, this book was super daunting. So this fat ass book is only 260,000 words. I've read fan fiction double that. This one fan fiction alone was longer than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I've read it twice. So if I could do that, I could do anything, you know what I mean? Light work, no reaction. And then I spent another couple dollars on The Lost Hero, another Rick Riordan book. This is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series. One of my previous videos I found in my childhood collection, the third one, The Mark of Athena. Since that video was published, I actually have completed the collection. I found the first one at a library sale, and then the second, fourth, and fifth one, either at Goodwill or other charity shops. Fabulous. My Rick Riordan bookshelf is slowly but surely growing. So those are the books that I've gotten the last couple months. And then I have footage I actually filmed months ago, all of these books. Oh my God. Oh. I have thrifted a few books. I went to the library. I literally only needed to spend like 5 minutes in there, and I got 3 books that I'm super jazzed about. So the first book I found was Lessons in Chemistry, which I'm sure you've already heard about. The reason why I haven't picked it up yet is because the cover, the American cover at least, gives off rom-com-y vibes. I really like the UK cover, and I know the author likes that cover better too, but I think the publisher did it on purpose. In America, they thought that this would sell better. I don't know. I've heard a lot of really good things about this one. Elizabeth Zott isn't just teaching women to cook. She's daring them to change the status quo. Mwah. That Same Trip, Vietnamese illustrated memoir. I've never heard of that concept, so I thought this was so interesting. This is The Best We Could Do by Thi Bui. Why is your butt dirty? Oh, did you see his dirty butt? Don't look. Stop showing people your butthole. The last book I picked up that day was Britt Marie Was Here by Frederick Bachman, my favorite author. I think there are only a few books of his that I don't own. I haven't gotten to all of them. I've only read 4 of his books. I know I want to pick up all of his works. Britt Marie can't stand a mess, but that's exactly what her life has become. Leaving behind an unfaithful husband and a lifetime of taking care of everyone else before herself, she moves to the backwater town of Borg for a job looking after a crumbling recreation center, the favorite hangout of the town's supremely untalented children's soccer team. Supremely untalented. She must learn to let down her guard and connect. In this small town of misfits, can Britt Marie find a place where she truly belongs? I think Bachman's main characters are always very purposefully lovable. I have a strong feeling that I will like this one. My Dark Vanessa. I found it at Goodwill actually. I literally walked into a Goodwill, saw this book, and walked right out. And I actually had a Libby hold on it when I found this. It was only $3. Decided to pick it up in hardcover. Alternating between Vanessa's present and her past, My Dark Vanessa juxtaposes memory and trauma with the breathless excitement of a teenage girl discovering the power her own body can wield. This is a masterful portrayal of troubled adolescence and its repercussions that raises vital questions about agency, consent, complicity, and victimhood. Oh gosh. I think this is gonna be a really powerful read. Another place that I buy used books is eBay. Fantastic place if you don't care too much about the condition of your book. Some of them will come a little bit beat up. The bang for your buck is unmatched. The first book that I picked up on eBay was Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. When I asked my Goodreads friends what fantasy books that they recommend, a lot of people said The Way with Kings. They also already warned me how big of a book it is. And granted, like, it's a pretty small book, but it's hefty. But I've heard nothing but good things about Brandon Sanderson's writing, right, Vicky? This is a series, so I don't know what I'm getting into. I think it's like 1,000 pages long or something, but everyone who reads it said it's very well worth it. I know the feeling of recommending a series, having to preface it with, ooh, but like, wait. Or, ooh, this might be long, but I think I'm gonna really like it from what I heard about it. I don't think I got this on eBay, actually. I think I did get this at a Goodwill, but this is Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Kane. And truth be told, I don't know anything about this except I did see the cover at Target and I almost bought it new, but I was like, wait, hold on. And then I found it at a Goodwill. Francis Gleason and Brian Stanhope, rookie NYPD cops, are neighbors in the suburbs. What happens behind closed doors in both houses, the loneliness of Francis's wife, Lena, and the instability of Brian's wife, Anne, sets the stage for the explosive events to come. Okay, so this sounds maybe like a domestic thriller or a domestic general fiction, something like that. This is a good example of what I mean when I say that if you buy your books on eBay, you have to understand that sometimes you're gonna get like a very well-loved kind of beat-up book. And to me, I'm okay with that. Most of my books are used / thrifted, so I don't mind, but keep that in mind that you can't always trust when eBay says that this is good / great condition. This is by Renee Carlino, and this is the author of Before We Were Strangers, which is one of my favorite reads of last year. I was so enamored by those characters. I felt like those two characters were literally real. The storytelling was so good and vivid. Oh, it was so good to me. I loved it. So I like Renee Carlino. I wanted to read more of her stuff, but I'm glad I own it and hopefully I like it. Okay, this is gonna be really random. I got Virginia Woolf's The Waves. This is coming out of left field because I have not ever read Virginia Woolf's work. Literally, I think the reason why I bought it is because I saw like an out of context quote from this book on TikTok and I just thought, wow, that is beautiful. I'm gonna go get it. So it's very easy to convince me. Again, buying on eBay is also a risk because I was looking for a specific cover and I bought the listing with that cover on it and then I got delivered this one. So I'm not really complaining. Again, I don't really care that much, but be warned that you might be fooled. I can't even remember the quote. That's what's funny. Like, I don't know why I bought this. I just trusted this person on TikTok. So I bought Blake Crouch's Dark Matter. I think this might be his most famous work or what he's best known for, but I am a die-hard fan of Recursion, as I've talked about in my other videos. I just know that I will probably love the rest of his works. The blurb is, "Are you happy with your life?" Those are the last words Jason Dezen hears before the kidnapper knocks him unconscious. Before he awakens to find himself trapped to a gurney, surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits. Before a man he's never met smiles down at him and says, "Welcome back, my friend." In this world he's woken up to, Jason's life is not the one he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son was never born. And Jason is not an ordinary college professor, but a celebrated genius who has achieved something remarkable, something impossible. Is it this life or the other? That's the dream. And even if the home he remembers is real, how will Jason make it back to the family he loves? This is a mind-bending thriller about choices, paths not taken, and how far we'll go to claim the lives we dream. Oh, see, I just know that I'm gonna love it. The way that Blake Crouch plays with time and the concept of parallel universes, it sounds like, this is something I will definitely be enjoying. So those are my used books. Some books that I got a couple months ago from Target's buy two get one sale. These Violent Delights by Mika Nemerver. I've just heard really good things about it. When Paul enters university in early 1970s Pittsburgh, it's with the hope of moving past the recent death of his father. Sensitive, insecure, and incomprehensible to his grieving family, Paul feels isolated and alone. So when he meets the worldly Julian, Paul is immediately drawn to his classmates' effortless charm. As their friendship spirals into an all-consuming intimacy, they each learn the lengths to which the other will go to stay together, an obsession that hurtles them towards an act of irrevocable violence. Unfolding with a propulsive ferocity, These Violent Delights is an exquisitely plotted excavation of the depths of human desire and the darkness it can bring forth in us. Already, The writing of the blurb is beautifully written. That's insane. I think another queer literature book is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jadrowski. I'm totally saying that wrong. And I believe I picked this up solely on Jack Edwards, the booktuber's recommendation. Shifting from the intoxication of first love to the quiet melancholy of growing up and growing apart, Swimming in the Dark is a potent blend of romanced post-war politics, intrigue, and history that explores freedom and love in all its incarcerations. And then I think the last queer book that I have is Lie With Me by Felipe Benson, translated by Molly Ringwald. We drive at high speed along back roads, through woods, vineyards, and oat fields. The bike smells like gasoline and makes a lot of noise, and sometimes I'm frightened when the wheels slip on the gravel on the dirt road. But the only thing that matters is that I'm holding on to him, outside. So the magazine Elle called Lie With Me the French Brokeback Mountain, and I kind of don't want to say anything else about it. Benson's powerfully moving coming-of-age story captures the eroticism and tenderness of first love and the heartbreaking passage of time. And then the last book I have is Bunny by Mona Awad. This is a very popular book. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, but it's about unhinged women going crazy, and I love that. We support women's rights, and we also support women's wrongs. Let me know if you have added anything to your book collection that you are super stoked about. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!